Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am creating another card by only using my Copic markers to add some colors. And therefore I'm using the Crafted with Love and also this adorable frame from Mama Elephant. The paper I'm using is perfect coloring paper, which I really liked. In one of my previous videos I made a card using only Copics as well. And this paper truly makes a difference to add more color, add more ink without bleeding. I have never had any bleeding when I used this paper, and you can believe me, I am adding lots and lots and lots of layers to get the image that I want, as well as the background. So that's the first thing. Second thing that I really want to mention, I truly want to thank you all for the lovely comments that I got on my previous card with only Copics, as it was the first time. I truly appreciated it and it really encouraged me to try it again. So what I'm doing here is, first of all, I am basing my layers of my shadow on something I tried out in some shadowing techniques in my bullet journal that I transferred to being my swatch journal, as well as a place to try out shadows. So there I'm basing myself on. And then for the coloring, I am first adding my second darkest color, and I am doing the complete coloring of each part of the image, basing myself on the shadow that I have tried out in my book. And then when I'm happy with sort of the depth and the shadow, I come in with my darkest color. And then I do exactly the same with all the other colors that I used previously, just going towards that lightest color, blending everything out. And although I am trying to create some dark shadows, I still wanted to have a light bunny, so you can see the shadows, but indeed it's not that dramatic as in my previous card, just because I'm using lighter colors. But I like it. So something else is the background that I tried out. I never did any image like this in a Copic colored background like this. What I did a while back was to create my own stencil that was sort of a galaxy sort of card. It was Challenger Crafty Friend card. And I really liked the look of it, so I sort of tried to mimic that a bit, but you will see it in a bit how I handled that. But now I'm first adding the shadows onto my bunny, and I just keep adding layers. Also, if you want it darker, you can add another layer, and this paper will prevent it from bleeding, which is amazing. So now I'm cleaning up my mess that I created, and I am going to continue with the rest. So something I also mentioned in my previous video with only Copics, which I really stand behind, is that if you want to color a background with your Copics, make sure to have the refills laying closely to you, not necessarily for the card you are creating, but just after the card. It's really handy if you fill your Copics again, definitely for the color that you use the most. In my case, it's the lightest color of my RVs. You don't want to start coloring on another card and halfway your image having a dry marker. So if I'm doing this again, you can really go from the fact that I will probably have the refill from the marker that I'm using the most. So here I'm just sketching the sort of shape of my background that I want. I'm using therefore the lightest color, because if you use the darkest color for this and you are just trying to add some darker colors on the edges, you will truly immediately decide how your shape is going to be, while with the lightest color you can still expand your background with adding the darkest color a bit further away, or however you want it. So I'm first adding a layer of the lightest color in this case, and then I am taking another color which I also used in the heart, so I am keeping that same color scheme in my background. I am going to add the darker color on the edge, and then I will blend it out again. So this is my darkest color. You can also first add the midtone, but just there were some edges where I thought that my blotchy image was really close towards my bunny, so I didn't want to have a lot of blending to do closely to that bunny. So my second darkest color, and I didn't go all the way around first with the darkest because I wanted that Copic marker to still be a bit of red so that I could easily blend it out. And then my second lightest color, and then I can start blending like a crazy person with my lightest color. So this is what I'm doing in the whole background. I'm going to create some more splatters on the sides. I'm going to also add the shadow there. And yeah, I will put on some music while I'm doing this, and I will be back afterwards. With my background finished, I decided that I wanted to add some stars, and I could have flicked some gouache all over this. But then again, there is also a lot of white, so then there would be white on white, and maybe it's a different color that might bother me. So I took my jelly roll pen and started adding some dots, some different sizes of dots, and then I also decided to add some bigger stars just for impact, because these are really cute. But even when I'm editing this video, I'm thinking that they are really small, so I'm really happy that I added a few bigger ones, which you will see in a few seconds. Now for the rest of the card, I decided that I really wanted my frame to match my galaxy background that I added around my bunny. So I took the same colors, and this time I'm first going in with my darkest, and I just kept going on and on this frame until I was happy with the blending. And for the frame, I was getting smarter, because here there is no white left after I have colored everything with my Copics. So I took my gouache to splatter some stars all over this frame, which really helped in time. So there is less time consuming when you are splattering, of course. Less control also, but I didn't mind it. So that you will see also, and then I can start assembling my card. So when I took my frame from my just draft paper, I realized that there was a white edge on the inside of the frame, so I took my Copic marker, my darkest one, and I just went over the inside of the frame. Handy if you take your marker and you go from the back side towards the front, then you can make sure that if you slip, you are not ruining your front of your frame. So for the assembling, I am taking my Transotype from the stamp market. I have taken this stamp set out a lot lately because it's so handy. There are so many sentiments for each occasion. There is just no exception. And then I took my swatches from the stamp market and I decided on which pink fitted best with the rest of the card. So it turns out that fresh pink was the best, and I'm stamping out that sentiment, trying to center it down under my image, and then I am going to add everything onto a card base. So to help myself get everything sort of aligned straight, I am first taping my card base closed with some purple tape, and I'm going to put some Scotch foam tape at the back of this frame to create some dimension, and then I will use some liquid glue to adhere my smaller panel inside of this frame, so a little bit of inlaying, and then this card will be finished. So I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video and that you also like the card design. It's really simple, but with all the Copic coloring, it's truly new for me. But I enjoyed it, so I hope you did too. If you have any questions, you can always leave them down below. If you like this video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. That's always lovely, and I hope to see you back next time again. Bye!